Now, as you know,
bizarre guy.
Rand Paul has been already begun his campaign against Hillary Clinton by saying that Bill Clinton is a womanizer or some such. I'm not really sure of it, but it's interesting because he's still sending out his old crazy coot father onto talk shows. And here is Ron Paul, unable to even answer the simplest question from Piers Morgan, and adds to the Republican lexicon on rape. Here's Ron Paul in his interview with Piers Morgan.
You have 2 daughters, you have many granddaughters. If one of them was raped, and I accept it's a very unlikely thing to happen, but if they were, would you honestly look at them in the eye and say they had to have that child if they were impregnated?
Now, if it's an honest rape, that individual should go immediately to the emergency room.
Pause.
I would give.
If it's an honest rape, as opposed to a dishonest rape? I mean, what is this? What do these people think? What do these people think? Why do they need to qualify if it's an honest rape? If they really got raped? If it was an actual rape? There's something demented with these people. But it goes on. He can't answer, and he does what every single, and I know he's a libertarian, and everybody's bodies is their own except for on this one issue. But he cannot answer the question that any of these regressive sociopaths can answer. And by the end of this question, he will just say, this is a hypothetical that I'm not going to answer, although I did answer it up front by qualifying if it was an honest rape. Because, you know, my daughters, I guess Ron Paul is saying, like, I can't be sure if they come to me and say they've been raped, that they've honestly been raped. But I'm just speaking about my daughters, I guess Ron Paul would say. All right, continue on with this.
Give them a shot of estrogen. Or give them.
You would allow them to abort the baby?
Yeah, well, it is absolutely in limbo because an hour after intercourse or a day afterwards, there is no legal or medical, problem. If you talk about somebody coming in and they say, well, I was raped and I'm 7 months pregnant and I don't want to have anything to do with it, it's a little bit different story. But somebody arriving in an emergency room say, I have just been raped, and there's no chemical, there's no medical, and there's no legal evidence of a pregnancy.
So life doesn't begin at conception?
Life does begin at conception, but...
then you'd be taking a life.
Well, you don't know if you're taking a life either, because this is an area that is... But to decide everything about abortion and respect for life on this one very, very theoretical condition where there may have been a life or not a life.
So there you have it. He just becomes an incomprehensible mess by the end of this. So within the course of 2 minutes, we get these gems from Ron Paul. One, some rapes are not honest rapes. And I guess presumably maybe there's a libertarian business opportunity for you. We certify your rape. And then by the end, he's like, well, you don't know that there's a life or not. I mean, life does begin at conception, but not necessarily if it doesn't fit with what I'm talking about here at this moment. This guy's a lunatic. They just bring him on TV shows as literally as a freak show.